is Notsam Wrestling.
Introducing your host from New York, here is Sam Roberts.
So, after watching the WWE 24/7 special on the WWE 24/7 champion, R-Truth, the first thing that struck me was you talking about your Batcave and how it's your escape and how it's just everything that is truth, everything that is Ron Killings, everything that is you. It's in a confined space. And I said, I got to show this guy that he's not alone.
Man, and how sweet it is that you just showed me right now. It's happening.
This is it.
I'm in your Batcave, dog.
That's what I mean. I'm sitting there, I'm watching you, and I'm going, you are a guy who your passion is creating music. Man. You don't want to have to leave the house. You built your space, so anytime there's a creative idea, anytime you're just like, I wish I was in the studio right now, you go upstairs. 2 years ago, we moved into a house from an apartment.
Okay.
And I said to my wife, I said, we can go wherever you want. You can pick the house. I'm not interested. As long as you're happy, I'm happy. Right. You can have full autonomy, control.
It's yours.
From the ground floor to the sky. You have air rights over the house.
You the boss.
Everything.
However,
there's one asterisk over that. Beneath the surface, I need a basement. And I need either a finished basement or a basement that I can finish. Just a space. And you have no jurisdiction in that space. And this is where the Notsam Studio is. This is where there's wrestling stuff everywhere. Where there's sneaker stuff everywhere. My TV and my PlayStation and everything.
If your physical is not here, you still here.
That's right. This is my spirit.
Yes,
this
dog.
is.
You can walk in and out of here like you. Oh man, this is dope.
Right.
I like it. Man.
Yes.
This is you.
Right. There's nobody can walk in here, and I'm assuming it's the same as your Batcave. Nobody can walk in and go, I wonder what this guy's deal is. It's like, no. All questions are answered right here.
Nah. If you don't know by the time you leave out, something wrong with you. I mean, yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you got to work on your powers of observation.
Yes. Don't put the headset on.
Put your headphones on.
So you didn't tell me that.
Well, you don't have to. I don't want to tell you how to live your life.
I should have known.
I thought so.
See, but that was a test.
Oh, I should have known then.
No, I was testing you.
Hey man, put your headphones on. Be a professional.
My dog.
Don't you want to monitor how your voice sounds too?
Yes,
I mean, I know how I sound.
Was I like loud and all that?
No. I got the compression on the mics and everything. Good. Again, that's the other thing I did. And then I went to Sirius, where the day job is, and I was like, hey guys, I got a great idea. Just in case there's a blizzard, I live outside the city. We need to set this studio up with the right compression and the right technology so that I can tap into the studio from my studio. And they said, that's a great idea, Sam. And so now I'm in the process. Hopefully this coronavirus thing will do it. I'm waiting for the first instance of I should really stay home. Because I feel like once I stay home and broadcast from home a couple of times, that's going to be the new normal. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Once that's in motion, that's what
that was a really big epiphany.
Epiphany is right. That's correct.
That was we took that and stretched it out to
you
think it will evolve to that? Broadcasting from home?
I would hope so. I literally had a conversation with my agent the other day and said, because he was like, oh, there's this wrestling podcast documentary thing and they want to interview you about this thing. And I was like, look, as my agent, if you can get to the place where I can make my living going downstairs, talking about wrestling for somebody's podcast and making my living that way, we'll be done here.
Okay,
we'll be finished.
I'm with you on that, but that's a little bit lazy, Sam. That's lazy as hell, man.
That's the other thing I'm watching.
You got to get out the house sometime, man.
At some point.
You're like, I just want to go downstairs.
Yeah.
Do it down there.
Yeah. Take these cameras down so nobody can see that I didn't even get dressed.
You made it a real Batcave.
Oh yeah. Like a bat. Like we're gonna start turning the lights off.
I feel where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I do feel where you're coming from.
You get the spirit of it.
I do. And check this out. I have the studio in my house.
Right.
Bro, man, like, since I've been working with my new producer / manager, it's like I found my niche. I found my studio. I use that studio, man. If he hit me up and said, hey, man, I need you to do a couple of drops and just send them to me and I'll finish mixing them or whatever. I use it for that. I've been setting up for my son. I don't go there. I mean, it's still my back cave.
Right.
I go there, that's where me at.
Right.
I have a gym in my house.
That's great.
It's the fact of knowing I can go there. Like, if I wake up 2, 3, 4 in the morning, I can go work out in there. Like, and I got.
And it doesn't take that extra hour of
going anywhere,
travel and getting dressed and doing the thing. Like, it's no, we could just, however long this activity is, any time of the day, nobody else is there. All my machines that I need are there. Whatever I need,
But it gives you that lazy ass sense. Right. Because, listen, there's been times I'm on my treadmill, man, and I get up on there and I'm thinking, oh, damn, I'm going to go out there and get me one of them pieces of brownie pan just cooked. I ain't going to get no brownie at the gym like that.
No.
I'm not gonna be thinking about no bowl of cereal,
right?
Or no macaroni and cheese. I'm not gonna be thinking about none of that while I'm at the gym.
You're sitting there. If you're at the gym, you're like, you know what? I just drove all the way to the gym. I did all this hard work. Let me go out and get a wrap. Let me go out and get something that's light on the carbs. Not.
Oh, Sam, you smelling that mat? You smelling the steam room, the sauna? your mind is not even on that. It's the relaxation of being the lazy ass.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No, sometimes you have to get out to go get it, to feel it, to like, it makes you, it gives you a different appetite for the taste of the game, leaving your environment, sometimes to me.
Yeah, no, you're right, and it gets the competitive spirit going.
Man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know you're at home.
Right.
You know you're at home.
Right, and you're not necessarily looking. Once you're at home, you're not sitting there looking for what's next. Right? You're at home.
Doing a break,
you're like,
you go upstairs, lay down on the couch.
That's it. That's what's next. You're not sitting there. Yeah, that hunger does kind of go away. Because the only hunger is the hunger for your wife's brownies. Like, that spirit is gone, though. You're right, because you've completely succumbed to just settling in.
You're comfortable. You're
you got to be out of your comfort zone
to have that animal instinct of going to get it.
Yeah.
You breathe. It smells different.
Right, because when everything's out of your own home, anything that makes you uncomfortable, anything that like you start to feel weird and competitive with, you're just like, I just keep it out of my home. I just won't have it here.
It'll teach you that.
Right, exactly. But that you don't grow. You just sit there and you do your little stuff. You record your drops, whatever they have you do, and then you go and you lay down on the couch and you watch the reruns. You end up watching reruns of some TV show that was on 20 years ago.
Bro, you're like, just the whole mental thing of it, man. You're like doing things you wouldn't normally do if you're at work. Your posture even different.
Right.
You probably got your feet up.
Yeah.
And you're probably in your underwear or your pajamas all day.
You know, I'm going to tell you something.
You're doing it in your pajamas.
I'm going to tell you something, and I've never said this publicly. I actually had to send, like, even when I'm doing phoners, like, we did a phoner not too long ago, and I do the phoners out of here, and I put the video camera on so I could put it on YouTube and do the whole thing, right? But you're right. I was on a phoner. I think it was with Corey Graves, and I forgot. I was so comfortable in my own home.
Yeah.
I'm talking about wrestling, which that's, I've been watching it forever. So everything is comfortable. And I didn't even realize. I took 2 like little wrestling toys that were right here. And I just start going, yeah. And I go, oh my God, like the thing ended. And I was like, I can't put that video out like that.
No.
It's ridiculous.
You stepped outside of you.
I did.
And you got too comfortable.
Yeah, I got too comfortable. It's one thing to be authentic, but you can't truly just tear everything away and just be yourself. There's got to be some kind of public image.
Man, with public image comes public experience to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's a competitive world. It's a competitive environment. It's a competitive industry.
Yes.
Anything you're doing, achieving, trying to go to, dreams are competitive. You know what I'm saying? Competitive is a word for a reason.
Yeah.
So like sometimes you got to leave that comfort zone and go compete, man. You know what I'm saying?
Especially a guy like you who's been entertaining as long as you've been entertaining. Like,
Man.
if you said today's the day I hang up the boots, people would be like, okay, you had a career. You could rest on your laurels. You know what I mean?
On my morals?
Laurels.
Who is she? I'm married. My wife's name is Pam.
She's upstairs. Laurel's upstairs waiting. No, you could just rest on what you've already accomplished, right? There's enough there. I'm sure you've made enough money, and I'm sure you've done enough, right? The book, theoretically, if you wrote the book now, people would go like, yeah, that's a book. Not to say that you've accomplished everything you've ever wanted to accomplish, but everything that you have accomplished equates to more than a lifetime for most people.
Really?
So if you didn't have that competitiveness in you and you were just like, yeah, I'm done doing anything,
Yeah.
people would still go, what an incredible life he had.
Oh, that.
But at the same time, when you're alive,
yeah,
and people are going, what an incredible life he had, that's not the best feeling in the world. That's not the goal that you want when you're waking up in the morning. You don't want to know you're finished.
Nah, I feel like you might well be like in that upper room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It's over when you feel like that. It's I don't think it could ever be over for anybody that has that shining light.
Yeah, man.
It's always the way to stay in the game, man.
So have you always just had this drive in you because you're a kid and you're into athletics, so obviously, and you're good at athletics, so obviously there's drive there. You know, at the same time, you come from a place where there's not a lot of mainstream successful people. Most of the people that are successful are drug dealers or whoever they are.
Right.
But by the way,
they're successful in the hood.
And you're good at that. You end up good at that at a young age.
A lot of the drug dealers in the hood is where I got a lot of the game from. A lot of the game, as far as, like, the street game ain't too much more different than the hustle game, which ain't too much more different than the grind game, which ain't more different than the game of life.
Right,
so
right.
I took a lot of stuff from the streets and all of that stuff, man. Like, I wouldn't give nothing back that I had to learn.
Right.
All of that, man. And that grind is part of that grind. Like you said, you know what to expect, what you want, and what you need, what you ain't gonna have. I learned so much from that game. I just took a lot from it. I was locked up one time with this Jamaican guy, and man, he was like one of the biggest. He was like one of the guys, and man, he did nothing but kick knowledge to me. The knowledge he kicked to me, I was like, at that time, dog, I'd have been in jail so much. I was like, okay, I'm ready. I was a willing vessel. I was ready to listen to anybody, and
because you had no guidance,
bruh. I didn't have to have guidance. I knew right from wrong.
You just weren't doing right.
I knew what it like. You know what it's like to be a kid, man. I was out of high school. I was in high school. It was just, I guess, fitting in. I never tried to fit in with nobody, but it was just being a part of. I didn't have to be a part of. It was just experiencing life, man, and just learning.
Right.
Just learning. And but this Jamaican guy, I never forget. I was the first guy, man. And it was like, bro, he was when I said he was the guy. He was like Nino Brown, the guy. But man, he was like kicking the knowledge to me. He was like, man, you're gonna get another chance to do this. You're gonna get another chance to go out here and blah blah. You know what I'm saying? For the culture, for yourself, man, and for the kids. I think I had one son at the time. He was like, you need to like do something, man. He said, what you gonna do? Come back in here again like me, like all of them? He said, I won't ever leave jail, ever. And bro, I just remember that. And just like.
And how old are you at this point?
Oh man, I was like what, 24?
And that's when because when you're 24, forever is forever.
Buck wild.
Right.
Buck wild, man.
Right.
Just like young, dumb for the fun. You know what I'm saying? Like you just inexperienced in life, inexperienced in anything. Life don't come with no handbook. You got it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I got it. I got it. Full of fun is right.
So man, it was just like learning back then, man, was like if I could go back to like what I know now back then,
yeah,
it wouldn't be fair, man. I would be so ahead of the game like right now.
Oh my God, yeah.
But everybody says that, but it's like I'm so comfortable with me, man. Like from the map sound, from being that guy in high school, meeting Tupac Shakur, Eazy-E, and all them guys because I was so in love and so involved with the music, man, to excuse me, I was so involved with the music to where I'm just like, I got to have this. I got to be the world's biggest rap star. So I hustled. I was in the street, man, to like, I took care of my dancers. I took care of studio stuff. I took care of anything we needed to get where we had to get to. And, man, and I had some troopers that stuck by me. But that's when I was like getting all the trouble and that. So it's not like I was like striving to be this big Nino Brown. That wasn't even on my plan. It was just like trying to get there.
So you were hustling, but your goals were in music. So you were hustling to be able to create what you wanted to create in music.
That's where the money was at.
Right.
Where I'm from, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, and bro, I got caught with it where it was like, damn, I could do this forever.
What?
Bro, seriously, yeah.
Hustling and using that money to get yourself over with music.
The way I had it?
Right.
Yeah, dog. I thought I got, there's songs I got where I thought I could, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we'll get that illusion, man. That's where I'm from, sometimes that's what's offered. We don't get that, hey, man, you can do this. I was getting that. I got that when I got locked up with that Jamaican, dog.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying?
So when the Jamaican guy, is that your first kind of realization that I can't do this forever? Like there's an end to this thing.
Yeah, dog. It was the way he kept saying, man, I ain't never, ever getting out of here.
Right. Like you can't go and meet Tupac. I don't care how much drug money you have. You can't meet Tupac if they don't let you out.
Man, no. But see, the thing about it, man, is like every time I got locked up, my sister would always like, you know, send me something to keep my face or keep my head up in there, man. Because it's like, bro, you don't see nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she would send me pictures of all the stuff I'm doing.
Right.
Like the pictures with me, with opening up for Chubb Rock, to me opening up with Tracy Spencer, and I'm doing all these
just
shows.
As a reminder of like, look, this is who you are. This is what you're doing.
Who you are, and to keep my spirits up.
Right.
I was like, bro, I'm caged up.
Right.
Like, bro, you got me. I got to break free of this. This not, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do something. Y'all don't understand me, this and that. But it's like, hey, dude, you can't be doing that right there. But it's the law. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
you're trying to be like, you don't understand. I'm really trying to get something done here. Like, I don't think you guys understand what my plan is.
I'm not the one of the bad ones. I'm not really, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not hurting nobody.
Yeah. Officer, you may be confused. This is simply a means to an end. I think that we're on different pages here, officer.
Yes, man.
I think we need to hear each other.
Yes, man. So there's
the
times,
officer,
man, like I'm explaining to the deputies in there, like, and they're looking at the picture. There's pictures of me, man. I think it was I opened up for, I think it was Tracy Spencer, and the outfits that I paid for off the Money on the Street, bro, they were coming up loose, and people were snapping pictures. And by the time the song was over, man, we had like straps here. My friend's mom made them. You know what I'm saying? So just things like that. Like, and bro, it's like kept going back and forth to where when I met Crockett that time, man.
Yeah.
And it's the way it came about with me and the deputies trying to find somebody that had some money that could invest in me with my music. And then with that, you know what I'm saying, dude, you become a big rap star, and we ain't got to work here. You know what I'm saying? We can take care of you, dog. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's the plan. Let's do it.
Right.
So, man, bro, it's a serious story, man. So like, we went through, man, they would go through all people like Rap Sheet and try to find like, nah, not this person. Nah, that's embarrassment. We don't even want him. We don't even want him, this person. And they found Crockett. So they actually went and talked to Crockett, and he was already like checking me out. Because I was like, just being me, man, in jail. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of guys knew they knew who I was, knew I did music, and it was just.
I mean, based on the people you already said that you were meeting, locally you had to already be famous.
Man, yes, and with football, and with, like, it was just me and my friends or people crossing that was just locked up, man. So it's like me learning at the same time now. Like, I'm still this caged up dude. I ain't trying to be here, bro. I'm just. Right. This is a misunderstanding between, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know you guys took it that serious. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't realize. They were like, you've been here 4 times. What do you mean you didn't know we took it this seriously?
Yes, man. So, like, meeting Crockett, man, they told me about Crockett. Now, at this time, I'm very aware of wrestling. I'm very aware of, like, at the time, NWA with, like, Magnum TA, the Road Warriors, Dusty Rhodes.
Right.
But the deputy was like, hey, man, you ever heard of Jack Crockett? And I was like, sort of kind of. He's like, oh, man, him and his family brought the Charlotte O's here, the baseball team, the Crockett's Park. He said they brought wrestling to the South. And I was like, that's cool. What we going to do with that? He said, no,
does he have some money?
Yeah. Is he the plug? Do he got the money? He got the plug. I said, bro, he gotta have some money, man. Jack
Right.
Crockett, but he's the deputies, man. So like, they went and talked to Crockett.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, Crockett was like, "Yeah, I like to meet him. I mean, he entertains me with what he does and stuff."
Yeah.
And so me and Crockett talked. And I'm talking maybe like he was getting out in 2 weeks. He barely was in there. He would leave jail at, I mean, it's cool for me to say this. He would leave jail at like 5, 6 a.m. in the morning. He wouldn't come back to like 8 at night.
On work release? What type of job? What type of job? How could you have that long of a work?
I want to work there, please.
Yeah.
No.
So he's like, this is my job. It's a 14-hour-a-day job. It's 7 days a week. So
man, he would barely be there. So it was like,
it's just his bed.
oh my gosh, man.
I mean, he's just trying to avoid rent.
He would come back. He would talk to me for like 15, 20 minutes, and he would go to bed.
Yeah, I got to get up early. I'm leaving again. What are you doing tomorrow? Oh, you'll be here? Oh, okay. All right. No, I'll be out. But yeah, okay. I'll see you tomorrow evening later, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So his last time being there, last day, he said, "Hey, I'm going to give you my phone number." He said, "Don't lose it. Give me a call when you get out. He said, I'll give you a job." And I'm like, a young me at that time, I'm like, okay, let me cut his damn grass. So you think I'm a good grass cutter? Like, funny guy gonna cut my grass. Like, okay, oh, cool. Well, got out 6 months later, man, and it's like, gave him a call, and he remembered who I was, and came and picked me up. And I was at west side of Charlotte. He came and picked me up, took me out to Bennigan's. I won't ever forget the restaurant. And that was the first time he offered professional wrestling to me.
So that was his vision for you was, you're in shape, you're charismatic, let's make you into a wrestler.
Yes.
And you're sitting there like, I thought we were getting some money and we were going to rap. Like, I thought you would handle the finances. Yeah. I'll make some music. You'll get your money back, maybe. And we'll be good.
Let's do this.
Right.
Let's do this, dog.
Right.
Man, and he laughed at me. Not like crying, not dying laughing. He's like, he said, kid, he said, nobody's going to give you no money. To just, he said, I met you in jail. He said, your money. He said, it's written all over you. You're light. He said, God told me to give back to you. He said, it's not money. He said, what I'm offering you, you better pay for your own studio, anything. He said, you better invest in yourself. He said, that's where your money is, in you. And I'm like, man. I said, much obliged, but no thanks.
Because you were like, look, I appreciate the offer to be able to invest in myself, but I'm really looking for upfront cash. Or maybe we can invest in me later. This is more of an upfront type of, you're talking sort of paper investment. I'm liquid. I'm looking to be liquid right now. Now.
Like when we leave here.
Right, yeah. I've been in jail, and there hasn't been a ton of income coming in.
Nothing. So, man, I actually turned him down.
And so you were looking for somebody who had also talked to God, but God had told them
to give this dude some money.
Right, okay.
Give him some money.
All right, yeah.
Invest your money in him.
I mean, that's amazing. When you look back and you think about that, you're like, this man met me in jail, just decided to offer me an opportunity. And in my mind, I thought, well, clearly I need to turn this down. Like, that is wild.
But you got to think, Sam, at that time, I'm in high school. I'm hanging out with a lot of celebrities at that time. Right. Not playing no football, no sports. I'm kind of hot in my town at that time.
Sure.
I just need this money. The funny thing about that, ask me how much I needed.
How much money did you need?
I didn't know.
So you were really
that was never talked about. Man.
You were really looking for the investor to come to the table with a figure, because you were like, some. How much money are you looking for? Some. I'm looking to put some money in my pocket.
Yes, man.
And then I'll go.
I need to do something.
And then I'll use that money to go get more. Here's the business plan right now.
You never said how much money, man. Okay. I think about that. And I'm like, dude.
Like, do you think if young R-Truth, fresh out of jail, had come to current day R-Truth, do you think to yourself, like, I would have thrown this kid out the room.
I get it now. I get it now.
You get people. Man, I got this CD you got to hear, and
I'm the hottest.
Yeah.
I'm the hottest thing, dog. I mean, bruh, you ain't fire.
Yeah.
Fire, dog. Bruh.
Can I hear some of your music? No, well, you got that studio though, right? Like we could record some of the music.
I would say shirt, hoodie, coat. Super hot.
Super hot. Fire. Just fire all day.
Yeah, man, but it didn't work like that, man. I turned him down for 2 years.
2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And you kept in contact with him.
No, I thought maybe once or twice.
Wow.
Maybe once or twice. I just remember, man. I think I went back to jail 2 times, but maybe I stayed a couple of days or something like that.
Oh, so nothing major.
The third time I went back was like, man, it was something. I can't remember what it was. It was like either with the lights off, speeding or something. Whoever was driving was speeding, man. It's like they pulled over, and bro, like I was riding dirty, riding dirty. Yeah, man. So
Yeah,
it's like,
I know what that song's
yeah,
about. Yeah,
I went back for that a long time. No, to me, though, 1 day is long in there.
Yeah.
But I don't think I was in there for like maybe 3 to 6 months.
Right.
So it was like, this was like, I remember that time was like, okay.
Was that the longest time you've been in?
No, well, the time I met Crockett, man, I was already in there for like 8 months.
Okay.
I think I did like maybe 3 or 4 more before I got out. So it's like, this time I know it was like my last time.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that amount of time is the difference between going in and being like, you know what, this is my punishment. Let me just go in and get this over with. And I'm going to have to get acclimated to life in here.
Bro, I never had no job doing all this.
Uh-huh.
Never had no job. Well, I was on work release. I had a job, and I was at the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And I only did that so I can see something other than orange.
Right.
Bro, it was driving me crazy.
Right.
So called him 2 years later. He came and picked me up. And he said, are you ready? You wanna take it? He said, I already told you what it is. He said, it won't cost you nothing but time and dedication. He said, when you taste the blood, I'll know it. I was like, man, whatever you want me to do. I said, you tell me. He said,
That was a different you.
Bro.
Yeah.
He said, when can you go to Atlanta? I said, I'm ready now. He said, we're flying out in the morning.
Wow.
Boom.
Wow.
Boom, that quick.
And then it was just, what's amazing is it was just nonstop after that. So you go into training, obviously.
No, he took me to that WCW show, man. And that was the first time I ever went to a live wrestling show.
And now what year is it when you go to that WCW show?
Ooh-wee.
Like the first time you guys are talking, you're kind of aware, you know, the Road Warriors, Magnum TA, those guys. But
This was when Harlem Heat was
okay.
real hot. Booker and Stevie was real hot.
Probably like 94, 93, 94?
95.
95?
96.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
So, man, I went to the show, and Crockett was beside me because at this time he switched from being senior cameraman to like just arranging stuff on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And he was sitting beside me, and he was like, Flair music hit. When the music hit, man, he was like, see that? See Flair? And dog, I'm trying to like watch the show, and people just went crazy before he even came out to the curtains. And I'm like, holy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
what?
yeah.
And then when he came out, man, Crockett says, that could be you. Remember how you was dancing in jail? Remember how you was doing all those moves? He said, see, you would rap, that rap you was rapping, you would rap it all the way down, and you get in the ring, and you would start fighting, then you can hit those dance moves. He said, you build you a character. And man, after that, dog, I was just ready.
That's it. You saw it.
I saw it.
And you were like, here, this is
I'm
this is for
gonna
me.
do this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I was getting paid. When I went to, he took me to the first place to show them, they would teach me how to build a ring.
Uh-huh.
I got tired of that kind of quick, but I loved it, man. I respect it. And I even did it. And there was times I remember doing it, man, like carrying them beams.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Carrying them 2x8s, man. Like, there was times I was like, dude, bro, I'm glad this stuff different than what I'm used to, man. I'd be tired of this by now. I wasn't going back.
Right. Yeah, now you had a whole different perspective.
Man, he was paying us in hot dogs. That's why I don't even eat hot dogs now. due to some of those times and being broke.
Right.
I don't eat hot dogs now. I don't care if it's beef dogs. Anything that's shaped like that to go in the bun, I ain't eating it.
Nothing.
Nothing, man.
Nothing.
Oh, no,
You won't
man.
even eat breakfast sausages.
No.
No.
Nothing. Nothing like that.
Because that is for people who aren't making money that are getting paid in hot dogs in your mind.
No.
I mean, in your experience.
It takes me back, man.
Yeah, that's what
like even when I had money, like you go to the what is it, 7-Eleven or the store, and you know that hot dog smell.
Yeah.
With the chili.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's sitting there on the thing with the just rolling it to make sure it gets that even
man,
cook all the way through.
I was the guy that would like eat 6, 7 of them, man. Like
because there's a.
And it was good.
And it was good.
It was good.
Yeah, that was just what I liked
amazing.
at the time.
It was like eating a sirloin prime rib steak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bon appetit.
But you didn't have moments when, I mean, I guess, jail will do that to you. But you didn't have moments when you were putting together rings, when you were getting paid in hot dogs, where you were like, man, like, I was making money when I was hustling. I was famous in my area. I want to go back to that. Because there's no promise here with wrestling.
Yes, always had that. The brain is a recorder, man. I always had that and knew that.
Yeah.
But I had already accepted the fact that I wasn't going that route.
It's done.
Bro, I was done.
So you're able to just click off on stuff like that. Like once you're done,
it's a button.
It's done.
It's done.
Right.
Yeah, it's a button.
Right. There's no dimmer on truth.
Nah, dog.
It's a switch.
It's a switch, man.
Yeah.
And I've through the experiences and time and lessons learned and just now that I know who Ron Killing's truth is, I know how to be me. I know that saddle, I can ride it.
Yeah.
It's a switch.
So you got to WWE pretty quickly after you started wrestling, right?
Yeah, 4 years, man.
You were going for 4 years before WWE.
It went by quick though to me.
Right.
From him taking me in there because it's like, and in the documentary you hear me refer to him as the ram in the bush.
Mm-hmm.
Through every pretty much adversity I done went through. I hate to leave him out, the Jamaican guy. He was a ram in the bush.
Mm-hmm.
That was the universe, God talking to me then,
mm-hmm.
giving me, you know what I'm saying? But and
mm-hmm.
I'm listening to this then. I'm like I told you, man, it's like you guys don't understand. I'm not doing it for this. It's not what I really want to do with it.
Right.
It's misunderstanding here. But that ram in the bush is always for like, man, get yourself together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you guys, we're not equals here. Like they set the rules, you follow the rules. That's it.
This is what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah, you're not special.
Yeah. But man, it was just like I knew I wasn't going back to that, man.
So when you got to WWE and wrestling started to kind of take off, and you were like, "This is what I do now. This is who I am. I'm K Crush. I'm K Quick." Was there a part of you that was like, I'm really not trying to give up on my music dreams, or was it enough that the music was intertwined in that wrestling character, so you felt like,
yes,
yeah, it was enough then.
It was enough then. Even then, there's songs that I did during that time.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, one song, "Right Time."
Mm-hmm.
I went one day we was at work and went in Vince's office, and I would go in there with my little boombox, and I would home like, "Hey, what you doing, boss?" And he'd be like, "Oh, nothing. What do you got?"
This is on your first stint. Like, were you comfortable enough with Vince McMahon in your first stint in WWE that this would have been something you would have done then?
Yes.
Yes, that's incredible.
I've always from the time Vince flew me up to meet him, he told me he liked him. I was like walking around looking for. First of all, people. I don't know if people know this, right? I had wrote that I was like 6'4", 260 pounds. So like that had circulated around to when they saw me.
It's like they're gonna see
You're not
you.
6'4", and you're not 260. I said, damn. I said, bruh. I said, those pencils, man. I said, I don't know who put that down there. I said, I'm not Vince. You can see that.
That's my favorite. I love when people have that strategy of when they're caught. Like when you get caught and you act like you're on the side of the person who caught you.
Definitely.
Then you're like, yeah, right? Like,
you're right.
You're not 6'4", you're not 6'5". I know.
Bro, I don't even know what.
Who?
You are on your job. You're on your job, man.
All right, let's keep it
So
moving.
how your day been going?
Yeah.
Bro. And he was like, I like you because you're so natural. You're you.
Mm-hmm.
He said you just don't you're you. You don't give a damn. You're just you.
Yeah.
He said, I don't even think you can help it. And so it's just like, that's just
because you weren't doing that on purpose, right? You didn't go in there and say like, you know what? I'm just gonna be me, and I'm gonna try really hard.
No, man.
You just are you.
Vince is intimidating. He's an intimidating guy, but it's like I've always moved on feel since I've like been introduced to who I am. Like even from the time like once Crockett, once the whole thing, blah blah blah, and I'm there. I've been suited up, man, and I've been like moving on feel on everything, and I just I can feel energy.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess too, most people, the one thing that helps about where you came from is you know that you can't go back, right? So I would imagine that you're always on this other level of like, no, this is gonna work.
But yes, I don't even think about going back. Yes, so I'm just, it's almost like the faith of that. Like I just know.
Yes.
I just know.
Yes.
I already knew Vince was gonna like me. I just, man, so like all the way down to like, man, like I see Vince when he's like in his sweats, man, his jeans and stuff, man. We chilling, we cool, man. It's like you just got to have that much faith, confidence, and just the world is like that.
Yeah.
People just don't have that much I guess confidence, ambition, or consistency, or being able to accept criticism, take it in, use it as fuel to keep going. But there's a lot of guys that thought what I was doing was crazy, dog.
Like what stuff that you were doing?
When I would start wrestling, oh man, a lot of people like, oh man, you can do that, dog?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, they're seeing guys run around in their tights. Like they were like,
bruh, don't do that, man.
What are you doing?
Bruh, don't do that, man. Come on the block.
You're like, I don't know, but that's a little riskier.
No, man. Y'all take care of me, dog. I'm gonna take care of y'all.
Did you, when you started bringing urban elements into wrestling, that I mean, not a lot of people were doing.
Bruh,
were promoter
cool,
right?
Yeah.
But when you explain to a promoter, like, this is what I'm gonna say, or this is what I'm gonna wear, or this is what I'm gonna do, and the promoter would look at you like, you're gonna what? You're gonna wear, like, you have your tights on under that? Like, what? Why are there things jangling off your belt loops? I don't understand what's happening.
Got on jeans. I'm like, what? He's wrestling in baggy jeans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Baggy jeans and a glove. You know?
But did you have to explain, like, did you have a tough time in the beginning?
No.
You just did it.
I did it and it was accepted. It was even the promoters, man, even everybody, they're like, wow, this guy's cool. It's like, I like this guy. Like it was welcomed, man.
Yeah.
I never had no problems with it.
So when you got let go from WWE the first time, or I guess the only time you got let go after your first run, at that point, was there any worry that, oh, this might be over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably for like maybe, I guess it was a lot of emotions going on, from this might be over to not knowing. It's my first time from like, other than work release, having a job. That was other than the street. So it's
plus,
like,
Vince, I thought you liked me. I thought we were friends.
Yeah, man. I think I
we
was
were cool,
hurt, man. I don't think I cried. I didn't cry right then because it took a while for the shout to come into me. I cried maybe like 2 or 3 days later, but it wasn't like a breakup with a girlfriend crying. Like it was just a mad cry. It was
angry.
A mad cry.
Yeah.
Angry. Don't even know why I was mad.
Right.
Because I wasn't that mature into the business yet of knowing how it works, how it goes and stuff. So it's like, then I had friends of mine that reached out to me, and then I started learning and knowing that, oh, I can go out here and do this. I can go out here and do that. I can still make a living. I can still, then it started getting easy to be able to adapt to it. And I started like coming up with different ways to reinvent myself again.
And I'm pretty sure that, I mean, pretty quickly into TNA, you knew, okay, we're good. Because, I mean, you were a main event guy pretty much immediately. I know TNA was a smaller field, but like when you're there and there is money behind it, and you're a main event guy and really quickly the champion, it's like, okay, maybe this was even what I needed
this
right
was
now.
Better. This was it. This is what it was about.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Now I can finally show the world what this looks like in the main event.
Yes.
And how that can translate elsewhere eventually.
Boom.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting when you were talking about going back to WWE, because I think that this is one of those things you always hear about WWE, that it's always kind of business first, and as much as it's a cutthroat place, it's also a pretty forgiving place as time goes on, right?
Yes.
And you feel like in the moment, you go out there, you're mad. You're also trying to get some buzz going for yourself.
Yes.
Let me go and dump on WWE because now I'm gone from there.
Yes.
And I'll be that sort of rebellious, like, oh, dangerous R-Truth. And then you're going like, okay, well, that's over now.
Yes.
I think I burned that bridge.
Man, I thought I burnt that bridge.
And you then realize that you can't, these bridges are fireproof, man.
Yeah, man. One thing about Vince, man, WWE, they give you that, they let you go mature.
Yes.
And it's one of the most forgiving place, man. Like, you see people that you probably thought or heard wouldn't ever have a chance of coming back. Bro, they know you make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
They know you sometimes have to mature. Some take longer, some, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, I was so surprised of that, to know that, yeah.
Especially, and this always shocked me, that they didn't bring you back as K-Quick. They let you keep the truth part of your name that you had branded outside of their company.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like when you came back as Truth, that had to shock you.
Whammied me.
Yeah.
Whammied me, man. And it was, man, I was fortunate for him to do that. That was wild.
Yeah. It really is amazing, too. And it says so much about how the WWE presents things.
Yes.
That they let that happen. And that now, Truth just feels like what you've always been in WWE. It's the same thing with like an AJ Styles. I feel like when you get there, if you kind of give yourself over to becoming like, no, I'm going to put 100% into being not a wrestler, a WWE superstar.
Yes.
All of a sudden, people see AJ Styles, who was the #1 name of that guy probably will never be in WWE. He's accomplished everything outside. Right? You don't even think about anything besides WWE when you see that guy.
Yes. Man, they take you to that plateau you need to be at.
Yeah. So is that when you start thinking like, okay, I got to keep recording music, right? Because you're coming back, you're going to be a solo act. You're going to come back with new music, obviously. That's when What's Up comes out and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or were you recording music the entire time?
I was still recording music the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
When I came back, I think I had just released something. I was about to release something.
Mm-hmm.
But I was still recording music. This is me producing it now.
Mm-hmm.
So I was still recording at that time and trying to do projects. And with the knowledge I had and the surrounding of friends that I kept, it just wasn't popping off right. It just was not popping off right. I still had my small fan base, but as far as knowing how to like market it and do all the PR work, the layout, and just get it out there and just get it going to campaign the right way.
Right.
I just didn't have the knowledge or the resource or the people to do that.
You just figured, I'll put this music out. People hear how hot it is.
Boom.
And it'll be the biggest thing ever.
Yes. I'm the baddest. Yes.
Right.
Yes. Right.
And you didn't realize there's a reason people have these teams.
Man, there's a reason. There's a whole reason to the season.
You got to get the word out.
Yes. And I couldn't do it by myself.
Yeah.
It wasn't time.
Right.
It wasn't time.
Hey, what was the footage that was on the 24 special of you and Vince and you're in a room full of the roster and you're kind of like just up on a table being yourself, making people laugh, doing the whole thing. What was that?
I think Vince was having a meeting,
and
he asked me to come there and say something, and I just went into a whole spiel of dancing, and I don't even know if I said what he wanted me to talk about. Yeah, but he joined in with me.
Yeah.
And I think it was some speech I gave, man, but I decided to get on the table and do it.
Yeah.
Just to show people how I can do things and just get away with it or take their mind off something that could be considered odd.
Right. That's odd.
That's odd he's doing
That's
that.
odd.
Yeah, so it was just one of those moments caught on tape.
How do you act to people that you don't like? Like, you know what I mean? I mean, it's just, it's true that I've never met anybody with, not only have I never met anybody with a bad thing to say about you, but it's one of those things where I find, there are other guys that have their side projects and people will kind of snicker about them because they don't like them.
Right.
But if you bring up truth, they'll go like, yeah, but truth is good. You know what I mean? Like it flips. And that's when you know it's like, it's not just, oh yeah, they laugh when I'm around. They like really like this guy, respect this guy, want the best for this guy.
Right.
When you don't like, and I think a lot of that is because you're good to people. You know what I mean? You're fun to be around.
Right.
And you're good to everybody. You treat people well. Like it is what it is. We all meet people that we don't like though.
Right.
How do you treat a person that you don't like?
They would never know it.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. You just be totally nice to them. You never know.
They will never know it.
They will never know. That's something just for you. That's dangerous. Yeah. That's kind of what I figured.
It took years of learning how to do it, man, and just like almost being able to take a shot without even reacting to it.
Right.
Yeah.
But you'll know. Now, will you have like an inner circle of people that you might vent frustrations about this person to?
Yes, but I wouldn't vent it. They'll be like, I wonder if you don't like him. Sometime I would.
Right.
Most time I vent to myself about it.
You just keep it to yourself.
Yes.
And I think, do you find that like that's probably a better way to do it anyway? Because generally speaking, if you don't like somebody, it's because there's something wrong with them. You know what I mean? They're just not a good person. And those people get weeded out anyway.
Anyway, it's not worth it.
Right.
It's not even worth them knowing you don't like them.
Right.
What's the big deal?
Right. That's called the art of the baby face and no sell.
Yes. And they probably don't like you. And you probably don't like them, and they don't like you either.
Right.
So
what are you gonna change them?
It's mutual.
Right. And that's just
accept the relationship and work with it and move on.
And that's what it is.
Yes.
So why do you feel like now is the time to go full bore on music and to like unleash it?
I think it's time now.
Yeah.
I thought it was so much time back then. Man. But like now, I'm matured, man. I've built the biggest platform. I've been in the Rock with John Cena and The Rock.
Yeah.
At Madison Square Garden, man. So it's like I've done so much thing. I've taken a 24/7 title, man, and like made it to where like any genre of celebrity can be involved. It can connect and branch. And
I don't like that they're trying to now remove the schoolboy from the 24/7 championship. Have you seen what they're doing now? They're having just regular matches for the title, and I'm like, this is the title that brought back the schoolboy. Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, what do you? Yeah. We don't need announcements.
Yeah.
We don't need the whole thing. We need Joe Buck coming out here and rolling up.
You never know when the truth come back.
That's true.
You never know, man.
That's true.
I just think now, man, like I got so much going on now.
Yes.
I think it's the right time.
Yes.
And from the time I got injured with my shoulder surgery, I had to have 2 shoulder surgeries.
When was that?
Maybe 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. I met a guy named J Trax, and I met him almost out of accident, but it wasn't an accident. Me and his cousin Yahweh was doing a song together.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up in Atlanta doing a song together, and Yahweh was like, "Hey man, you should work with my uncle, man, my cousin J Trax, man. You know he's good. I was like, "Why you ain't working with him?" He said, "Man, we work, man, but I'm here and there, man. It's hard to keep up with me. He's Yahweh." Mm-hmm. So like, me and Trax talked for a little bit, man, and we actually finished the studio session around 11 that night, and we talked from 11:15 to maybe like 5-6 a.m. that morning.
Wow.
And like when I told you I move on energy, vibe, this and that, our energy was just vibing. It was coming from almost the same place. It was like me talking to a mirror or me venting to a mirror, just like, and we stayed in contact since then. Mm-hmm. And I think maybe like he recorded 2 songs with me. Mm-hmm. And once he recorded those 2 songs with me, we had one long talk, man, in Atlanta. And he was like, "Dude," I said, "Man, why don't you manage me?" He's like, "Man, I ain't never managed nobody. I'm not a manager." He said, "I'm a producer, man. I can do that." I said, "Dude, you know what to do with me." I said, "You just took my music, my blah, 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 you can do that." And from where he come from, like, to me, one of the he's an artist. Mm-hmm. He's a real music artist, like a Prince. Like he can play, he can sing, but he transformed me from what I was trying to do, what I was born to do and just had in me, and he's made it into something that's quality and just in with its time.
Right. It's one thing to just be the raw ingredients.
Yes.
It's another thing to go like, this is where it fits into culture today.
Man, not only that, Sam, yeah, it fits in this culture right now because I'm in this culture.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the sauce on it. I'm going to put the ingredients. I'm going to, and like, bro, the music I got now, and from the time I met him and he said those words, we got like 30 songs done.
Wow.
I was driving after PT, I would drive to Atlanta, we would record some songs. He said, I want to get as much of a catalog I can get. So when we ready to do something, when you ready to do some music, we got it.
Yeah.
And by the time I finished, man, and things were just progressing with me, going up, we was like, dude, let's start doing this music. Let's start doing it right now. And Set It Off was pretty much, it came about to where Set It Off is not even the hottest track on there.
Really?
It's not, and we did over 1 million views in less than 24 hours on World Star Hip Hop, the homepage. Shout out to World Star.
Yeah.
That was love.
Yeah.
And that's me coming from being the athlete, the you know what I'm saying, the stereotypical athlete does music, the
Right.
wrestler, but people forget that I was doing music before wrestling.
Yeah, and the only reason that the character stood out as much as it did is because you brought your music into it.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
So it just with all that involved, man, we figured Set It Off would be the first thing to like announce, get ready for what's about to happen.
Right.
We setting it off. And the next song is pretty much, we got this slogan to where it's like, we made enough of an impact to where they see us, to where they see it. Second song, I think they're waiting to say, okay, is he gonna be a one-hit wonder? Is he gonna come back? You know what I'm saying?
Like, what do you actually have?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna believe then. And once they believe, third single, they're gonna commit.
I love that, and I love that like it's all in the can, so you can place these moves out.
Yes.
You know, way in advance.
Yes.
Because you know what's coming.
We're gonna do a single every 4 to 6 weeks.
Wow.
For the next year. I want to just flood the market.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. And that's the way to do it, too. You don't need to drop like a 17-track album.
No, why?
Just keep putting out singles.
Why do that, man? The video's already done. I got a lot of surprises. I got a rock song on there. I got a country song on. I mean,
oh boy,
I got every genre of music you want to think of.
And that's the thing about hip hop too, is that I mean, even with country now, after last summer, put a country song on there.
Man, I'm telling you,
which one's gonna pop off? You know what I mean? Like, put a country song on there.
I'm telling you, I got a lot of good quality music. A lot of good, yes.
That's awesome. I was thinking about you, right? Because I was watching Super Showdown. And I was like, man, Truth figured out how to do this. He figured out how to have his matches last 10 seconds. You could do it in an airplane seat. That's why people are like, how does he stay in good shape? Because he didn't have to do anything.
Bro, man.
No bumps, no nothing.
You exposed it now.
Nothing.
Exposed me.
I mean, just be entertaining. And then they come to you and they go, hey, we want you lasting the entire gauntlet match. Are you going like, what?
I said, what you mean the entire gauntlet match? They said 30 minutes.
Yeah, what?
I said, dog, I'm for real. I said, I've been running around these arenas, man, and doing this stuff. Y'all want me to go 30 minutes in there? He said, yeah, and you got 3 guys. You know what I'm saying? You got to go with 3 guys, 30 minutes. I'm just the messenger, Truth. I said, all right, I'm ready.
Yeah, and then you did it. Like, I was sitting there watching. I'm like, okay, wait till this guy gets winded. Like, I was like, oh yeah, our Truth is gonna be the Iron Man. Okay, let me watch this. And then I'm sitting there, and AJ comes out, and I'm like, look at me rooting for our Truth, and he's still in there, and he's still doing it. He can wrestle.
Yes. And then AJ comes in there. I said, dude, you should dance. He said, you don't mind if I do it? I said, bro, dance. They know me for dancing. And man, he hit the Cabbage Patch. He did every dance he could because the dancing guy is down and he can't do nothing.
Right.
It was such a good story told, man.
It was really, really well done. That and the other segment that was recently well done, I want to know about this Brock Lesnar segment.
Oh, man.
Because, I mean, to put a smile on the Beast's face.
Yeah, dog.
So when you come out, I thought it was genius. I was like, please tell me he's gonna. And then you dropped it when you're going. He comes out and he's in the Royal Rumble. and you introduce yourself, and you say you're ready to throw out Paul Heyman.
Bro, we didn't tell Brock what the promo was.
Oh my God.
That was Paul and Vince's whole idea, and he said they had a bet. Him and Vince, he said, I know you can make Brock laugh. He said, we want to see if you can, the whole team want to see if you can make Brock laugh. So we didn't tell him the promo or nothing. So he's in there, dog, beast Brock. He's waiting to see what I'm going to say.
Now, did you know, he knew you were coming out,
Yes, he knew I was coming out.
but he didn't know
And he
why.
knew I had this smart-ass promo I was finna say.
Okay, yeah. So- don't you love it when you can have fun at work? That you're
Yes,
putting
man.
on, especially when this is it, you're putting on this one of the biggest shows in the history of cable television, Monday Night Raw. Monday nights, prime time. Oh, and by the way, it's the top of the hour Brock Lesnar segment. This is our money segment. And it's all hinging upon a gentleman's bet of, I don't know, you think Truth can make Brock laugh? That's my favorite
I love
thing.
it, man. I love it. They had my back. And when I got in there, I'm like, Brock's looking at me. And I could see in his eyes, like, oh, I think Brock think I'm going to say something crazy. This is going to be good. And once I got everybody to believing in, like, I'm talking about Brock. I'm talking about Brock.
Because you brought out angry Truth.
Bruh, yeah.
Like I'm not doing this
this
silly
ain't
character.
funny. This is not funny.
Yeah.
I know I got, you know what I'm saying, my hands full with this dude. I know this dude is finna bring, look at him. Look how big he is.
Yeah.
Look, he's a big dude.
Yeah.
But I know I can throw him over the rope. You don't think I can beat you, Paul? You know what I'm saying?
So now you got into Paul is big joking. I mean, it works on so many levels.
Yes, man.
And I tell you, I watched it today because when I found out you were coming over because I knew I wanted to ask. And there is this moment where when you're looking really carefully, right before you say Paul Heyman, little corner of your mouth goes up where you're so happy with yourself because you know it's going to work. You know
Yes.
that you've got him.
You saw that?
I
man?
saw it in your face.
Oh, man,
You
yeah.
know you've got him.
Dog, I'm trying to like not laugh to myself the
Yeah.
whole time, man. And the people was all into it. And I'm trying to like block the people out. And once I turned, man, to point at Paul, yeah, I about lost it.
It was in the turn.
I about
it was
lost
in the
it.
turn because
Yes.
that's how I know because there's the profile.
Yeah.
It was the corner of your mouth. And the only reason I saw it is because you turned and looked at him.
I about lost it. And when I did it, it took Brock a minute to register. And when he saw me look, he pointed and he just lost his head, man. Yes.
Oh, it was so good.
It worked.
It worked.
Yes.
It worked. Well, man, Truth, I'm happy for you.
Appreciate it.
The music every 4 to 6 weeks, and this music's gonna be available everywhere. Spotify.
Set It Off is available now.
Set It
Everywhere
Off
on
is-
all platforms.
Yeah.
It's available. The video on YouTube is almost at 1 million. We're trying to get 1 million. 1 million, I'll go ahead and just drop it.
Yeah.
1 million on each video, and I'll drop the next one.
Wow.
yeah,
Look at
so
that. That's
so if they hadn't watched it on YouTube, go put in Ron Killings, Set It Off, Ron Killings, share it.
yeah.
Yeah, get to me so you can hit it.
That's awesome, man. And luckily, I mean, somehow you've put yourself in a position where in this day and age of everybody being negative, I feel like people actually want you to succeed,
Yes,
which is a great place to be. There's not
Yes.
that many people.
and I know that,
Yeah.
and I love it, and I embrace it, and I let them know I know that, and I appreciate it.
That's awesome, man.
Yes,
I appreciate you coming out here
Appreciate
and
you, man.
talking to me about all this.
yes, sir.
And I'm glad. I feel like you're not pretending to like me, even though you don't like me, because you said that the other person probably doesn't like you, and I like you. So I feel like that was your way of saying, don't worry, you're good. Or at least maybe that's what I'm telling myself.
No, okay, I will say this right here before I go.
Mhm.
If I don't like a person,
Mhm.
you won't see me around them too much.
Right. That's the move.
Even if I should be, I can't say have to be because I always find it's always the way to skin a cat.
Right.
You may have what I need. I can go find somebody else that got it too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like,
Just avoid
yeah,
it. Just avoid it.
I like my people, man. There's not too many people I don't like, man.
Mhm.
I just don't like negative energy.
Yes. And you stay away from it. And I have seen, by the way, one of my favorite things, I'm a very observant. Like when there's like shit talk going on, and not like real shit talk, just like joking around, but where like people, somebody's getting joked around about, and
Right.
you're in the room. A lot of times there's just a lot of you sitting in the cut, real quiet, just Oh!
Yes, yes, yes.
I feel like you enjoy the show.
Yes.
You want to see it keep going?
Yes.
But I'm not trying to get involved in all this.
Bro, that's y'all shit. That's y'all.
But tell me more.
My name Paul, that's between y'all.
That's right.
Yes.
That's the lesson of the day.
Yes.
Thank you, man.
Oh, thanks for having me, man.
For sure.
Appreciate it.